So banker suicides, the Dow Jones having a really bad beginning of 2014, and a top leading economist over at Harvard causing a bank run at Bank of America. Hey everybody, I'm Fabian for Liberty. Glad to be back after 5 days of literally thinking I was going to die from probably the worst flu I've ever had in my life. Maybe you kind of get this from just watching my videos, but I'm not the kind of guy who just lies around in bed. So for me, it was really hard to be in bed 5 days. Actually, it wasn't hard because I was so knocked out, just in the worst just pain of my life. It was like a weaponized flu. I don't remember ever having a flu that bad. But anyways, it was just, it is what it is. But here's one of the things I did want to mention, because I was thinking about this. You know, what does the average job paradigm person do if they have the flu? I mean, yeah, people have sick days, but not everybody has sick days. If you're working at a job where your boss is a jerk, or, you know, if you're out there trying to just find a job and you're knocked out, I mean, for me, it's now Thursday. I was knocked out some Saturday night. What do people do? I mean, that could be devastating. In fact, I went to the doctor yesterday. The doctor said, well, some of these flus could have people knocked out for up to 3 weeks where you have the same symptoms for that long. That's crazy. So what does someone do? What I'm about to tell you isn't to impress you. It's to impress upon you. During the Saturday night to Thursday, more to today, of being sick, my personal income was over $17,683. I actually totaled it up. Okay, that was in 5 days of work. Now, I was able to make that kind of money from not being stuck in the job paradigm. Because I'm a real estate guy. Now, I could be a stock guy. I could be, you know, have a great company that sells stuff. Particularly for me, I've chosen real estate. And if you want to choose real estate, I can help you do that, like I've said in the past. But you can choose anything. The point is that I'm not dependent on my income coming from my time being exchanged or from anything else. And I think that's a very important lesson. I hope you understand that's not me bragging about anything. You know, people always, I always get the few kind of, you know, people that just always are looking to tear things down instead of build things up. They'll say, well, if you're making that much money, why do you sell products? Well, because I want to help other people, okay? Peter Schiff or Doug Casey writes a great book. You know, Doug Casey's a billionaire, but he's writing books and he's selling them. He's not like, hey, I wrote a new book. I'm going to give it away to everybody for free. You know what? Because it devalues it, right? When I first started investing in real estate, I spent literally thousands and thousands of dollars. I had no money then. All my extra money went into buying stuff to educate myself from various different teachers about real estate investing. I was so driven, and my ambition was all about how am I going to learn this stuff to make it happen. So anyways, the reason I got into that rant, excuse me, March 22nd, I'm going to be in New York City. I don't think I've announced it. I think I did announce it on Facebook, but March 22nd, I will be in New York City all day. Event starts at 9 a.m., ends at 9 p.m. We're finalizing the location of where we're going to have the event, but it's going to be in New York City for sure. I will be there. In the last couple events that I've done for the Resourceful Real Estate Academy, they have been totally spectacular. The turnout's been awesome. People from like 30 different states have come, from several different countries. They've flown in. It's been humbling. It's been wonderful to be in a room with like-minded people, and I look forward to seeing you out there again. March 22nd, the information's down below. Everybody who buys a ticket immediately gets a bonus ticket to bring a friend, family member, you name it. A bunch of other great free bonuses you'll get as well. March 22nd, New York City. Also remember, March 22nd, so just a couple weeks, I'm in Los Angeles for my all-day Global Economic Reset event. And that's going to be a bang-up event too. Everyone gets a bonus ticket, bring a friend. All that info is down below. All right, so want to break down a couple things. There's been so many things on my mind. I'll likely be posting another video here today as well about the Sochi Olympics and a bunch of other things. But you had a leading Harvard economist comes out last week, and he's like a former head economist for Harvard. And he says, I'm going to withdraw my $1 million out of Bank of America. And he does, because he doesn't trust that Bank of America will pay back his money. According to him, he's like, look, not only am I not getting any interest, but I'm also taking on all of the obligations that Bank of America has that I may not get my money. Now, the federal government, if you trust them, they basically say, well, we'll insure your money up to $250,000. Well, if you have that 250 and then your wife is on the account, then it's 500 total, and there's all these other like gimmicks that you can do to get it up there. But at the end of the day, are there going to be bank runs in America? Of course. Of course there is. I mean, anybody who studied any economic history, anyone who has studied any type of economy that's failed in the past knows. There was already bank runs in 2008. Look at IndyMac in Los Angeles, where there was a line out the door, people wanting their money. So yes, there will be bank runs. Is it going to happen now? I don't know. I don't think it is, and I'll tell you why I don't think it will in a second. Now, the banker suicides. 3 top bankers, JP Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank, another guy that works for this big investment firm, all killed themselves or were killed. And it was set up as a suicide, which the authoritarian central planners, they've got that down to an art form, okay? I guess this is a quick plug here. I'm not suicidal, never have been. I don't do drugs. I don't do heroin like Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't do dangerous things. I don't go in the ocean in the middle of the night. I don't skydive. I don't do any of that stuff. Just want it on the record, okay? But again, these guys, they claim committed suicide. Who knows? I don't know. They could have been killed. Maybe they knew something about the economy. Maybe they know what my contacts tell me, which I literally hear from people in closed-door meetings with the Fed, okay? And I've been in meetings with the Fed where, the Fed, the guy from the last one that I was at just a month ago, the guy from the St. Louis Fed, I believe it was. Yes, it was the St. Louis Federal Reserve, was out there giving a whole presentation. I've been in the room where they're bragging about QE is raising asset prices, and all these other like banking people are laughing, thinking it's funny. So do they talk about the global economic reset? Does everyone know? Of course everyone knows. But there's a difference between people knowing it, like, yeah, I know it, but people that are behind the scenes involved in it and can blow the whistle and say, hey, listen, America, you're about to lose your economic sovereignty to the central bankers. You're about to literally overnight lose your sovereignty as a nation, economically speaking, and now all of a sudden be thrown in with China, the euro, the Japanese, the yen, and all these other currencies in a basket of currency. Ultimately, it'll be the Chinese gold-backed currency, but first it'll be a basket of currencies. That is, the repercussions of that are so huge, ladies and gentlemen. And so, yeah, these guys probably see the handwriting on the wall, and I think that on some level, because even the guys that I work with I believe, are honorable people. Not everyone on Wall Street's a dirtbag. They're probably like, my God, I have to warn my fellow man. I have to warn my brothers and sisters about what's coming. They have to know. So maybe these guys were very well killed. It very well is a possibility. Actually, that's what I believe. So you want to know what I believe about the banker suicides? A lot of you have been asking. There it is. And then the stock market. Of course, I've said it on this channel probably over 5 times. The stock market is not an indicator of the economy. The stock market is used as a little bell to rally the masses so that they think the economy is either doing bad or well. Now, it's not working as good as it used to. But 20 years ago, if the stock market was rallying, people would think, oh my God, the economy is doing good. But see, now people with the QE and all the work that's been done with people talking about the Fed and the word getting out, it's not working so well anymore. You see, the people realize, well, wait a minute, the Dow is at 16,000, but I can't sell anything in my store, right? So people get that. But nonetheless, what you have is selective tapering happening, okay? The markets are totally manipulated around the board, right? But selected tapering is happening. They're going into certain countries. They're like, hey, we're turning off the money spigot from you, and you. But we're still going to pump it up over here. And the rest of the country is getting pissed off. It's actually financial terrorism if you look at it. And it's not like Americans are behind it. It is the global cabal of banking cartels that are behind it, that are as evil as Satan himself. Okay, so the point is all this. I wanted to tell you because there's been a lot of people, I've been getting a ton of contacts about, hey, looks like a collapse could happen. Things are looking really shaky. I don't think collapse is happening, not this year, at least not so far in what I see. Based on what I know, based on what I hear from people that are really entrenched in this, based on my own being on the front lines of the capitalist system, or what used to be once called the capitalist system, because of all of the money the bankers have involved in the real estate market right now. It is the biggest pump and dump ever. When you begin to see the no money down loans, which are coming back in style after 2014 election, mark my words, you'll be seeing them like crazy. That's when you'll know they're starting to gear this up to crash it and bring it down. Until then, you're going to keep seeing, because see, right now, they're trying to control this thing, and it's freaking going crazy, and they think they can control it, but they can't. The markets have a natural way, and the markets will ultimately bitch slap Janet Yellen and the central planners, but whatever. They're trying to control it, and every once in a while, it gets away from them because they can't control it. I'm Fabian for Liberty. Glad to be back. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'm out.